right. I hope this is all working live. I hope you all can hear me. If not, oh well, technology is the worst and it's at it again. We are back in Star Wars the game. We're picking up where we left off, which I think, if I remember correctly, I just pulled a wing in a junkyard down on an Inquisitor, which made me feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside. Beasley, is that about right?
Actually, you guys just managed to get inside of the ship at the last point in time. Mando was heading directly over to the flight control area because he's the one with literally the keys to the car. And you were threatening to possibly do something bad if the Inquisitor does not stop playing dead, because it's kind of obvious that it's just playing dead. It's still alive. It's critically injured, don't get me wrong, but it's still alive.
That's right. I dragged the body onto the ship because I needed to get parts off his lightsaber because I cracked a kyber crystal.
I'm so glad this microphone is so big and you cannot see
No,
how.
I could see you grinning.
Yeah, that I am sitting here.
I could see you grinning like the Joker.
Okay. It isn't funny. Give me a second.
Oh, dear God.
Okay, I got that out of my system.
You
All
know,
right.
This is why we can't have nice things right here. This is why.
Okay, now listen.
Are you talking to the mouse in your pocket?
No, I'm talking to you.
Oh,
I am ready. I am ready.
All right. Well, now,
I got one thing up my furry sleeve for y'all tonight too, by the way.
And let me move you guys over to the junkyard, because that's where you were last at. And
Uncle Basically, I am excited about tonight. You just don't know. I'm excited. I
can't
wait. I've been on the edge of my seat all week.
Oh, I gleamed. What gleamed? I can't see what gleamed.
What?
Ooh, I'm gonna try something. This works.
Oh, Austin Power sent something. Okay. Cool. Okay, so when last we left our brave, Mando, I figured out how to erase your nice little markings. So before you go scribbling on the map again, please don't.
That won't work. I tried something, it didn't work.
No, it won't work. He'll keep on doing it. I'm kind of waiting for him to start drawing interesting shapes that should not be on maps in live streams. Anyway, you guys go ahead and roll up initiative, and I will arrange your awesome faces into the initiative order that I need on my screen, so you guys can then do your layout however you want.
Just 1d6, right?
It's very blurry.
It is your dexterity roll. So whatever your dexterity is, if it's 3d6 slash
that means I gotta open this thing up and go and look at it. And
all right, Tarbaka got a 15. Man, someone's phone's going off.
No, it's the live stream thing.
People are liking the live stream.
Hito rolled a 14. Okay. Mando, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. Can you give me an initiative, aka your dexterity roll?
Nope.
Yeah.
That is not your dexterity roll, my friend.
Mando takes it.
It is still broken. Okay.
Yes. I've every time I fix it and then I go to look at it again, it's still broken, and I don't know why. Oh, okay, so it's literally going. Manda is first, followed up with Tarbaka and Hito. So no offense, Hito, you last.
And
you know what? Being last is not bad. It gives you more time to plan and strategize. A lot of people don't understand that. It really, really does.
Exactly. The initial system for this actually has the person with the highest dex going last, because they can technically react to the people with slower dexterity.
Yeah, just, I do things different.
You are different.
Thank you. Oh, you get one free imaginary point that's worth exactly nothing.
Yay!
All right.
If you were like
Well,
just
the
like
ship is
everybody else, I would
flying,
like.
so I assume I need to give a starship piloting roll.
Yeah. You successfully got the ship up into the air, and it is, I think it says about 15 or 20 feet hovering off the ground, and I believe that you actually managed to nudge the thing forward a little bit. So yeah, give me another piloting. My friend, you really needed 15 on that one, although I'm not really too sure how you were going to pull that off so well. As you're sitting there looking at and everything, you happen to take notice that several lights are blinking in a non-sequential order, and you figure out that you need to push one of those blinking lights, but there's 4 of them that's blinking. There is one directly next to the control panel. There is one that seems to be over by the acceleration. There's one that seems to be on an up top type area, and then there's one that's all the way over to your left hand side. This one is blinking on and off purple. It is, whether or not that's significant, you do not know, because you haven't really ever gone flying before. All right. Yeah, I'll give you one more chance to try to do something, then I'll move over to Austin.
I give one more piloting roll to see if I can figure it out.
Well, I mean, either
Or
that,
knowledge.
or you can do a perception or something else like that, or a knowledge to see if you can figure out what the lights are.
Perception, I think, would be a little bit lower than just a flat piloting. Yeah.
Okay, you figure out that purple light that's blinking on and off is a indicator that is showing that fuel supply is low. If as you sit there and you have to take a note that there is a numerical readout next to it. It is marked in meters, and it is basically just far enough for you to get probably halfway over the desert, and then you're going to run out of fuel. And no matter which way you go, north, south, east, west, because of how far out this thing is, you're going to run out of fuel before you ever get anywhere. And also, don't forget, you guys got a big butt truck that you have to return in about, I think it's currently at 6 hours before you incur another day's rental.
Between 6 and 12. That's
Yeah.
Oh.
Because we went out starting early in the morning.
Yes. All right, so I'm gonna pop on over to. You know what? For some reason, your character is all the way over here where he's not supposed to be at. It's supposed to be right there. So there you go.
That's not the piloting.
Oh, that's right. I take it back. You're exactly where you were supposed to be. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, that's right. Because on the longbow, it's on a different spot. But you guys haven't got there yet.
I thought you said this was the longbow.
This is the longbow before you fix it. AKA, this is literally the flying heap of crap.
With holes all in it.
Yes.
Literally.
Free air conditioning. Free air conditioning. Do not step outside a hole while in light speed. You will not survive.
Fall into a sarlacc.
Yes.
Fall into a sarlacc.
Or anything else. All right, so we're going to go on over to Tarbaka. Hey, Tarbaka, what would you like to do?
All right, see, Tarbaka.
Oh, okay, I do see your character. Okay.
Tarbaka is absolutely crazy for fixing stuff. His mechanical repair is off the charts. So I want to do a perception check to see if I can figure out which part of the ship, besides the huge holes in it, needs to be repaired the worst. Does that make sense? On the checklist of old crapometer, I need to check the first one off.
The old crapometer?
Tarbaka, once you start engineering this ship, you're going to actually make a radial dial that goes from good, needs improvement. Okay, I got to fix that now. And oh crap.
Oh crap-o-meter.
Yes, that's going to be your oh crap-o-meter. That is now a thing. It's going to exist, my friend.
Okay. Well, I'd like to do a perception check on that.
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay.
You are one short. So you know what? You're pretty sure outside of the holes needing to be fixed. As you're sitting there listening, you can hear what sounds like the hum of an engine on the into the closer over to the rear, and as you happen to turn around and you're kind of looking through empty spots in the junk pile that's there. Man, someone's really got to clean up the ship. Once you guys get there, once you get there, you're sitting there and you take notice that you do see a purple light blinking, which somehow you were familiar with, and you realize that this is the low fuel warning light, and that only pops up basically when you have enough time to prepare for a crash landing. There is no more fuel for going very far whatsoever. Outside of that, you do happen to see two other red lights blinking in an alternating pattern, like left, right, left, right, left, right, and you're pretty sure that means that the compensator needs to be replaced. But yeah, that's what you can figure out right off the bat, just by eyeballing it, by not actually going over there and laying hands on and inspecting.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is go over there and see if I can fix some sort of temporary fuel cell rigging for emergency power.
Okay, give me a search while you were at this particular junk pile. If you can get a 13 or higher, I'll say if you get a 13 or higher, you can find something that can help supplement the fuel. But at that 11, you don't find anything in there that is actually fuel. You do see things that salvageable parts, but you don't find any actual fuel rods, no liquid fuel, no plutonium, I don't know, anything like that. Giga-sized or Energel sized Duramax batteries. I don't know.
Now,
I think he's just making up words at this point.
Okay. Well, then, if I see spare parts, would a compensator be in there?
Give me a search. If you get a 13 or higher, then you find a usable one.
Oh.
There is a compensator in there, but the reason that it's sitting in there is because it is also blown.
Yeah.
You quickly find out that this scrap heap this here is literally someone else at some point in time was trying to salvage this ship and fix it up, and this is basically a pile of everything that needs to be replaced. Just they never came and replaced the stuff.
Okay, so can I roll a mechanical repair to see if I can fix the compensator that I have found, the damaged one?
Well, the compensator is all the way over here, so you need to get over there, and then after that, it's going to be
my turn. Okay, so I will get over there.
Yep.
My dexterity is 1, 2, 3. Can I climb across the pile of crap in the way?
You know what? I'll say, given your height, yes, you can try to brute force your way through it.
Okay, but that'll definitely end my turn.
Okay. Hito, you have a dead Inquisitor by your feet.
Yes, I do.
You do have. Give me a perception. I was going to say search. I'm not going to let it be a search. I'm going to make it be a perception. Wow, that one dice bounced a lot.
It did.
14. Okay. You're pretty sure. Excuse me. You're pretty sure as you sit there and look at this guy, The mask actually has like little ventilation holes built into the side of it. They're not up front because you could pour something in there and try to drown them. They're built into the side so that you can't really get to them, but they act as air holes. They're filtration units. Normally, when someone is deceased, there's a little sheet of, we'll call it paper. It isn't paper, but paper that will normally stay still because there's no airflow going in around. This person's airflow is slowly moving back and forth. Whether or not if they're trying to breathe slowly to act dead, you don't know, but they're not dead. They are critically wounded. You did actually break a portion of their spine. They are never going to walk again under their own power.
Okay.
Dude, you dropped a freaking wing off of a spaceship with a force push onto them. I mean,
It's an Inquisitor. What do you expect?
Human rights. Okay.
That human rights only applies to humans.
How do you
It's
know
not
this
human.
person isn't human? All you see is the mask. You haven't seen the mask.
You
Well,
said
we're
humanoid.
about to.
You didn't say human. Oh, we're about to see the face.
All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to reach down and pick up the Inquisitor's lightsaber.
Okay, as you reach down and pick up the Inquisitor's lightsaber, you happen to take notice that there is, as you look at it, there is something strange about the ignition button. You can't quite put your finger on it, on what it is.
Oh, my lovely Hito wife just showed up. She brought me some knowledge and a drink because I needed one. All right, so something strange about the ignition button. Thank you, love bug.
Yes, for lack of knowing what to call it. I don't know what it's called. I guess ignition button works.
Okay. So I'm going to stash that saber horizontally behind me
All right.
and using.
Do you happen to have a pouch back there for you to slide it into, located at the base of your spine, attached to your belt?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Okay.
Let me double check my equipment.
I believe that you do have a
Yeah.
pouch located in the rear.
Yes, there is a. I do have a rucksack back there.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna tuck it into the little rucksack inside pocket.
Yep.
All right.
And then
Roll a perception for me. Let me know if you get 15 or higher. Oh, thank goodness. I mean, oh no.
Of course.
Everything's fine. Nothing to be worried about.
Uh-huh.
You do happen to reach your hand back there once or twice and pat it, and you can tell that the lightsaber that you put back there is still back there.
So the next move. Can I only use one force ability at a time per turn?
I'm going to say at this point in time, yes.
All right, then I'm going to use control to pull off the Inquisitor's mask. So let's see if this is broken.
Give me a search before you do that.
Oh, you want to search? Okay. Oh. Yeah, that's not right. Let's
You
try
find
this
the
again.
secrets to the universe in that mask.
3d6 plus. All right.
He found Yoda's remains
Really?
for
Really?
that.
All right. So as you were, you know what? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and so your search is an 11. That just says pass. As you're sitting there about ready to use this control, their head kind of slumps over to one side, not really fall over, more like it just rolls. And you happen to see that located alongside the cheek, the jawbone, there seems to be like a locking clamp. Like this is how the mask or helmet, whatever you want to call it, is attached. You literally pop these things, the faceplate folds off, and then you can lift it up.
Uh-huh.
If you had tried to force it, you would have snapped their neck. And then they would have been dead. But still, with you having this knowledge, do you want to use your control?
You know what? Just to be nice and not risk another dark side point, we will reach down and we will undo the mask the proper way.
All right. Now you didn't disable the trap first, so let me roll for electric damage. I'm joking. All right, so as you reach down and you happen to find these clamps, you reach in there. Like I said, they pop open and then they kind of flop over, and so the front of it comes off just enough so that you can see. I can't do it because I've got this thing in front of me. So essentially, what this is covering up the portion of my face. This is what comes off. This is what you can see, and you're almost sure that you've seen this somewhere before, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Now, do you want to continue taking off the mask, or do you want to try to do a perception? I mean, if you take off the mask, you're going to know who it is anyway. Maybe. If you do a perception, you may be able to figure it out beforehand, and maybe decide that you don't want to expose this person if you know them.
You know what? Why not? We'll do another perception.
All right. If you get a 15 or higher, you know who it is.
Oh, Lord. Of course.
My dice do not like me tonight.
Nope, you do not know who this person is. You just have an odd feeling about it. So, do you want to continue taking off the rest of the mask?
Yep.
All right. Give me just a second. Now, just for sake of clarity, so you can understand who this person is, I'm going to change out the token. As you happen to take off the mask, you realize it to be the daughter of the moisture farmer, Seljiren. As soon as you pull that mask off, you recognize her immediately, and she vaguely, through hazy eyes, looks up at you. You can tell that she's having a very hard time focusing. She lifts up her hands briefly as if she's trying to do a force maneuver on you. And let me roll to see if anything happens. No, that's not going to be enough. She causes herself to fall unconscious. Yeah, she needed a 15 for her to successfully try to force push you away, but she has a broken spine. She's in tons of pain. She's on literally the worst wound setting that there can be. So yeah, your friend's daughter was a sleeper inquisitor this whole time. What do you do? Having said that, hey Mando, that purple light's blinking a little bit faster.
I'm going to land the ship.
Okay, you start. All right, give me a piloting roll to see if you can figure out which buttons to push to actually put. Wow, that one dice is not falling over. Wow. You know what? You sit there and you figure out that the blinking light that's next to the throttle stick is for the landing gear because it was never successfully retracted. So you go, oh, okay, and you push it once, and it shows that the landing gear has retracted inside. And then you push it again, and the landing gear extends, and You were able to successfully land the ship. You actually managed to land the landing gear in a spot where it's kind of clean because when you lifted up, all this stuff fell away.
Mm-hmm.
And then you pulled up the gear, which knocked off more stuff, and it fell further off onto the ground. So there's kind of an empty area where you can land at. So then you bring it back down, landing gear down, and land. Everyone feels the ship land. It's evident that the shocks or hydraulics or whatever it is that this particular ship uses to land is not in the best condition. Definitely going to need to get that looked at. Yeah. But yeah, you have successfully taken the ship off, moved it about what I think maybe 1 meter forward, and then you rotated it, and then you brought in the gear and then dropped back down to gear and then landed it into a much cleaner area than what it was at. Congratulations. You're now technically a pilot.
Yeah. I
Yes.
sat at the controls and didn't die. I'm a pilot now.
Congratulations. You now have to start paying taxes.
Uh,
Who says?
The Spacefaring Guild.
I can fly, just not legally.
Well, we know you can
Okay.
land.
All right.
The
So,
ship did the autopilot thing. You just landed.
well, I mean, hey, any landing you can walk away from. Isn't that right, Launchpad McQuack? Okay. You still have movement, or do you want to stand here and see if you can figure out what all the controls are, or do you want to move
Yeah, I'm
around the ship?
Continue trying to figure out all the controls on this thing.
All right. Give me a journalistic perception. If you get a 15 or higher, you can figure out what one of the blinking lights is.
Mm.
You're pretty sure that one of them means something really important, but you haven't quite figured it out yet.
Probably the blinking one is the important one. The problem is they're all blinking.
Well, no. No, there were only 4 blinking, but you figured out what one of them is. And then after that, you figured out that the other one is the landing gear. So there's only 2 left.
Blinking is never a problem. It means we have power.
Yes, the lights are on. We're good.
Yes!
Up until when the blinking stops, because one of those blinking lights meant battery low.
Exactly. That's how you know it went out.
You know what? I'll actually go ahead and give that to you. One of those lights was literally the low battery warning, and you know what? A few seconds after you successfully sat it down, the light got real bright, and then all the lights went out. The electrical source is gone. It's dead, or at least it's out of power.
Good thing I brought a spare motor on with me.
Yep. Maybe we get
fuel.
I'm sure there's a moped in here somewhere that we can pull the battery off of and jumpstart this vehicle.
I'm pretty sure there's a giant walker we can sabotage.
We have the truck.
I was going to say, you actually do have the truck. You could just ignore the truck completely, fix up this ship, and leave the whole planet right now. Well, I take it back.
Look, the guy said we had to return the truck. He didn't say what condition we had to return the truck.
We got the extra insurance. Listen, we got the extra insurance on this Joker. We could high dive it off of the
yeah. Oh, wait, did we get Jawa insurance?
We got all the insurance.
You actually got all the insurance, so yes.
Okay, so we can loot the truck and blame it on the Jawas.
You would have to show videographic evidence that the Jawas were doing something to the truck.
Okay.
Go up to a sandcrawler and say, hey, let's split the truck. 50-50. You take half, I take the other.
So tell me, just how many dark side points are you guys going for today? Because it sounds like at least 2 currently.
Actually, deception was a Jedi trait too. They did some deceptive things.
They did do deceptive things, but guess what? You guys aren't Jedi.
Well, that's true.
Therefore, I'm not subject to the rules of dark side points.
One of us
is. The Jedi were at one point my people's mortal enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so we're going to pop on over to Awesome. Hey,
All
Tabaka,
right.
you're over there, and you were very easily able to look at the items off of that one flashing control panel. The ones that are alternating back and forth, is the fact that one part is going bad. It's actually out of sync, is what it is. They're supposed to be flashing in conjecture with each other. But you don't exactly know where that part is located. Yes, you're really good at engineering. No, you don't know where that part's located at on this ship.
Got to search.
You know what? Yeah. Give me a search. If you get a 5 or higher, then you'll find something to help you.
I think I got it.
Yay!
As you're sitting there looking throughout the stuff, you happen to take notice that that hanging off to one side, in fact, it's actually hanging off of this side of the blue thing, is what seems to be a spiral-bound laminate-coated book, as where every page is laminated and coated, and it is in a spiral-bound format. You reach up there and take it, except it has a retractable chain on there. Like, you can only pull it forward about 3 blocks before it chinks up. It won't let you. It has to stay at this station. Is a reference book is what it is, and they're making sure it doesn't get lost.
They're smart.
You happen to, as you flip through there, you take notice that most of the systems on here are labeled about how the top left hand coordinates to these systems, how the top right hand coordinates to these other systems. The blinking lights on the bottom mean this thing and that thing and all this other kind of stuff. It's essentially your magic
Owner's manual.
Yeah. Congratulations. You have just found the Hayes manual for a Corellian light freighter.
That's helpful.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. As you're looking around, you do see that, and you know that you've landed, and then all of a sudden, all the nice brightly colored lights go out. Yep.
That
The
sounds
ship
like me
has
after
lost
Taco
power.
Bell.
So I need to do a perception to see if I can figure out what happened.
No. You know immediately what
power.
happened. The ship has lost power. It's
Okay.
I yell
essentially
out that
the
the ship
battery
has
is
lost power.
drained.
So I need to find a battery, a power source. I don't know what to do at this point. I'm thinking, but I do think I want to try to fix that compensator still. So I want to roll to see if I can fix that compensator.
I'll go ahead and tell you. See this big round thing right here?
Yeah.
That's your compensator.
Okay, so I need to be over there close to it.
Yeah.
And I still have, because that was a short movement, I may not be
Yeah.
able to fix it on this roll, but I can roll to see if I can fix it on the next one.
Well, you can either do a perception to see if you can figure out what's wrong with it, and then next time you can roll to see if you can fix it.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. I was about to say if you get a 10 and you nailed a 10, as you're sitting there looking at it, you're pretty sure that what's wrong with it is the fact that it seems to be missing 2 electrical relays at the bottom. Basically, the cooling portion of the compensator is not being powered. Therefore, it can't cool and it can't compensate.
Okay, so now I know how to fix it.
Yep.
All right.
You know what? To add in with that roll as you're sitting there looking, you do happen to see some wires that evidently at some point in time fell down all the way through the bottom of the grate. One is a red, one is a black, and as you're looking at the bottom of the compensator, you do happen to see little cut stubs, wires that had been cut. One is red, one is black, and they're just hanging there. So essentially, the wires that have fell through to the bottom layer of the ship, you have to go down there and run the wire back up there and have someone weld, twist, connect, zip tie, duct tape, electrical tape, whatever. Just connect it back.
Repair. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I got to figure out if I can talk to them to tell them I do that. I can't do that this roll though. I think my time is done.
All right. Hito. I know you're chewing.
What's up?
You feel kind of betrayed over the fact that a guy that you've known for quite a while and helped you out and whatnot, and his daughter, who even went on an adventure with you and helped you out, seems to be this Inquisitor.
Yep.
But hey, on the good side, you short her spine.
She's unconscious, right?
You know what? Let me roll, because she's literally at the worst possible spot. She just is conscious. If that number had come up 4 or 3 or 2 or 1, she was fading. She was dying.
Okay.
She's barely conscious.
The first thing I'm going to do is I want to search her for anything that may indicate more like what has happened since I last saw her to now.
All right.
So, looking for a data pad, looking for a communication, anything.
Okay, give me a search roll. On a 15 or higher, you'll find something extremely useful. On a 10 or higher, you'll figure something out. 17. All right, way to go. You do, as you're sitting there looking around, you do happen to take notice that while it's not a data pad, you almost had me say that word incorrectly. It's not data, it's data. But you know what? I'm not here to argue semantics. As you're sitting there looking at it and whatnot, you see that on her arm, it seems to be just a standardized Imperial bracer. But as you're looking, you take notice there's a little flip up portion, and then there's a little mini comm built into it. It has 3 preset channels and whatnot, and it's essentially a hideaway communicator. Austin is losing his Awesome is losing his mind.
That's because just don't worry about it. I hate him sometimes.
I'll whisper that too.
Okay. You know what? Why don't you go ahead and share with the internet? Just put it in public chat.
No.
Maybe. Oh, no. See, here's the thing. The whispers that y'all send to me show up on the live stream.
Oh, they do?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I told him, keep his filthy paws off those silky draws. When he's doing his search, don't touch the girl. You don't touch the girl. Haven't you learned anything by now? You don't touch the girl. That's what I said.
Basically.
That's a good word of advice.
Okay, having got that out of my system, as you're sitting there looking at her and whatnot, looking over her, you do see that on the inside of her cape, you don't know exactly what to call it. There is a small data pad there, and when you pull it out, you take notice that it says transmitting and receiving over and over and over. This has been sending data the entire time, and you don't know exactly what it has been sending.
Or where.
However,
okay.
As you keep on looking over, you happen to take notice that at the very top left-hand portion of her eyebrow, we're talking right here, it seems to be as if there's a Band-Aid there. And the only reason why you can see this is because you got 2 points over what I really needed for you to. As you look at that Band-Aid, you take notice that there seems to be a small, very slight spark or a flash of light. As you go to kind of put your thumb against it and see what it is, it comes off ever so slightly, and you see that there's like a little mini LED on some kind of a circuit board that's attached to her head, and it's blinking over and over and over. You also take notice that this seems to be as if it's not actually a portion of her, like someone put it on her.
Beasley, did you find a way to work the Borg into Star Wars?
No.
I don't
Trust me,
believe.
if I wanted to work the Borg into Star Wars, I would have done it.
He wants a mind control device.
All right. Am I able to do
Now I feel like
one more action?
Since you rolled good enough, I'll say yes. I'll let you get it. Basically, if you want to push that thing off of her, I'll let you do that. But that's the only thing that I'll let you do.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's not what I was going to do. I was going to use sense to see if I can get into her head to see what else we have going on.
You know what? Yeah, I'll let you do that because all that you did was a single roll for that previous thing. What was it you were trying to sense again?
I was trying to get into her head to see if I can sense like the most recent memories, anything like that, something that might let me know what has happened since we last saw.
She has a clear memory of being over at the cantina. She's talking to a person. You can't really make out their face. And they go to run a hand down her face because they're telling her how soft and pretty she looks and how one day she'll make a wonderful wife for someone. And then the next thing that you know, there's a few blurs. You see that there's something about a junkyard, and then she remembers the mask coming off, and you see it from her point of view, the mask coming off, and then she sees your face. Then everything goes over to a blur, and then up until the second of you remembering that, as soon as you took that off of her, her eyes dilate, they kind of refocus and whatnot, and you see from her point of view, her looking at you, which is really weird.
All right. Well, I guess that's going to do me for now.
Okay. You know what? It's her turn. All right, let me see. She is going... She may be able to do this. If she gets a 15...
Oh.
She tried to do a force lift, as where what she's doing is instead of pushing something away, she's grabbing onto it with the force and pulling herself up. She's lifting herself up. And she manages to pull herself up about halfway, and then she kind of yelps in pain, which causes her to break her concentration, and she lands down on her butt, and she seems to be just sitting up on her butt. However, she's still really disoriented. All right, and that's it for her turn. Mando, you hear a lady make a little squawk of pain, a little yelp.
I'm going to step over here and do a perception.
I got him to move away from the controls. All right, what was it you were looking for?
Just a perception to see what it was.
You.
Should that be a search?
Yeah, a search. Darth Kitty says hello.
That was an awesome silhouette.
Hey, Dipsy. 12. Okay, you as you're sitting there, look, you see that someone has taken off the Inquisitor's helmet, and you're almost sure that you know this person, but you're not entirely positive. Do you want to just kind of go back on over to the controls and see if you can do anything else, or do you want to walk over and see what all the hubbub is?
Do I recognize that this person is dressed like the Inquisitor that we just dragged aboard the
You
ship.
you do see that it is wearing the Inquisitor clothes, just that the helmet is off, and that it's a lady's face. You know, red hair, all that other kind of stuff.
They got her.
I'm going back to my controls. I'm gonna be a
I
pilot
got a
one
new
day.
toy. I got a new toy.
Hey, Charles McLeod, who's that? I'm the best there ever was. All right, on a 12, you happen to figure out what one of the other blinking lights is. It is, or what it was, since there's no power here. As you're sitting there looking at it, sunlight is coming in through. Well, sunlight's actually very, very close to fading, but with the rest of the light that is coming in through the cockpit glass, you can make out underneath a little desk type holder. As you're sitting there searching around, you happen to pull out a book, and the book says, "Property of Carillion Corporation, lightweight starfighter, blah blah blah, salvage unit, blah blah blah, lightweight freighter, blah blah blah." Evidently, this thing was repurposed as like 12 different things, and it's more or less a the manual tells you what each of the control panel does, and you know what it you know yeah, it's basically a car owner manual.
I'm gonna start flipping through it, just reading it.
All right, well, like I said, you do take notice that the light is getting dim. You guys, you know what, let me roll to see how many hours of sunlight you have.
Ooh.
You have 3 hours of sunlight left.
Yay!
The sun is going down. It is going to be twilight pretty soon.
We need
Basically,
to get back.
one more
We don't
hour
want
of
to stay in the desert at
sunlight.
night.
Huh?
We need to get back. We don't want to be in the desert at night.
Yeah, because it took you guys how long to drive out here?
Yeah, it was a pretty good drive. I think it was like a half a day's drive just to get out here.
Yeah.
Yes, we got to take the thing back.
I mean, you're pretty sure that as long as you keep this activation key card on you, no one's going to come back and fly the ship away, especially considering its batteries are dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can always come back out here on your own vehicles and try to fix it up.
Yeah, I think that's the play.
All right, I'm going to agree with that.
All right. Well, with that, Mando, do you want to get up and go talk to them and make that as a suggestion, or you want to stay in here and look at the book and wait until someone comes in here? Basically, spend another turn doing whatever. You and that crooked rule.
Because I moved up there. I can move to here. Yeah, and I'm going to make that suggestion to him.
Can I hear him from there?
We should get back.
All right, so we're going to swap on over to group mode. Group mode is when you guys can talk freely amongst yourselves and you can decide exactly what you're going to do. But Mando has put forth a suggestion that, hey, guys, we have no power. He has the key card that once they get power, it activates the things, and basically it's the keys to the car. And he really doubts anyone's going to come by and, steal this hunk of junk. So, what does the other two members think to do?
All right. Where's the Wookiee? The Wookiee's got to get over here and listen to this.
We've got to. All right, I'm on my way coming there. As I come, I see if I can roll a strength enough to snatch that book off the wall and take it with me and read it so I can be absolutely 100% memorizing that book.
You need to roll a 20 to break the chain.
I need to roll a 20 to break the chain. I'm pulling.
Yes.
Let's see. I can't move my character. Stupid thing. There we go. And right here, need to roll a strength. Is that a strength or is that?
It's a strength roll.
Okay.
Congratulations. You have broken the chain that is never meant to be broken. You have this little book. It's about, I don't know, a small journal type size. And if you have a pocket or anything, you can slide it in there. You also have about 1 foot of chain still attached to it.
All right, I'm gonna use that chain as a necklace and wrap it and put it around my neck so I don't lose it.
Libraries around the world hate you, but okay. So
But I'm going to use that to read on the
And you-
ride back so I can increase my knowledge.
So you wrap it around your neck and you tie it, and you have this book hanging from your neck. But at any point in time, you can unwrap it and read it, and then wrap it up again. Okay, I like that.
Hey, that's
and
a genius way to up your knowledge.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
You do not learn by osmosis, which is if the book is touching my skin, I get smarter.
Why not?
No, but I can read it while somebody else is driving the thing back home.
That is true. Someone else can drive, and I mean, all three of you guys have repulsor lift ops. So, yeah, all right. So, are you guys still free talk time? What are you going to do with little Missy here?
All right,
I'm getting rest of my move to get over here with the guys.
Okay.
And that thing.
all right. So we do have to get out of here. We got to get the truck back. I cannot leave her here. I need to find out what's going on and how she became like this, because this is not the same girl. This is not the one who helped me before. I need to find out what's going on with her.
Wookiee agrees to carry her if he can pull the strength card again.
Hey, can I roll language to see if I understand the Wookiee now?
You know what? Both of you, Mando and Hito, both of y'all give me a languages roll. If you get a 10 or higher, you can understand basic Wookiee.
I've had my translator.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then, okay. Yeah, then Hito. If you get a 10 or higher, that looks like a 10. You know what? Something
Every
about
single
those
time it's by
rolling
1
R's,
point.
You know what? Something about those rolling R's is just throwing you off, and you're not really too sure what it is. You can't really tell when he's
rolling
going
R's.
Do I need to roll to see if I can understand Hito?
Hito is speaking the equivalent of Galactic Common, and since you know how to understand that, then you understand what Hito's saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
See if I can roll for sign language so I can give him the more than just the finger. Because it seems like all I can do is give him ugly.
Okay.
I might have to wait till my turn. I might have to wait till my turn to do that though.
Well, I mean, we're on party mode, and you guys aren't in combat, so you guys can make a few rolls on your own.
I got a 16.
Oh, of course, you get.
That's the wrong.
Hito, it's becoming pretty evident that Tarbaka is figuring out ways to talk with you, because he'll look at you and he points to her and he makes a little throwing over the shoulder type method. Then he points at you and Mando and he goes, and then he points at the truck.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, let's do it. Let's get out of here.
All right. Tarbaka, I'm not even going to make you roll to lift her up. I mean, she weighs nothing compared to you. You easily pick her up.
I think I should do, but I do think I need to do to see how gently I can be with her, because he's a brawler.
That is very true, and her spine is damaged.
So I need to roll low on lifting.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep. Hey, congrats for once. Oh, look at all those numbers. You know what? If she wasn't already knocked out from the pain, she would be screaming, and then she would be knocked out from the pain. But don't feel bad. You tried your best. I mean, you're used to heavy lifting and whatnot. All right. So you guys are going to leave and go over to the imaginary truck that is not on the map.
As we're going
over
to the truck,
here.
can I use program repair on this little data pad to see if I can find out what it's transmitting and receiving?
Well, all right, give me a perception. Okay.
Hey,
As you're sitting there looking at the data pad, you happen to take notice that like in your traditional tablet interface, there's this information, and there's like a little scroll box that only contains like the last 15 whatever, like error messages or whatever. All 15 error messages on this, as you scroll through it, it's time stamped, and it seems to be sending once every 30 seconds, and it says error communication misread, over and over and over. I'm not even going to make you roll this. You figure out that it's having a miscommunication error because it's no longer attached to her head.
Cool.
mind
Not cool,
control.
but cool.
Okay. As you sit there and look at this pad, you kind of flip it around and whatnot, and you take notice that it doesn't seem to have an off button.
I bet you I know a way to turn it off.
Hulk smash.
True. As it is right now, do you want to just stow it back there in your rucksack with everything, or do you want to actually carry it with you and try to finagle with it in the truck if you're not driving? Well, you know what? Mando's going to be reading his book on operations manual for the ship. Awesome's going to be reading his book for ship maintenance and engineering.
So I
Hito,
guess that means I'm driving.
you're driving. That's it.
All right.
It's down to you.
So I take
So
it that repulsor lift up.
Able to put it out of granny and put it in the first.
Hell no. God.
I'm gonna step up to the front
Oh, no.
and
And it got tripled.
assist. Uh-huh.
Live by the dice, die by the dice.
Okay, so Hito, you do manage to get it out of granny as you hear and as you're sitting there struggling with it, Mando literally casually leans up and bumps the gear shift into the correct gear, and you all feel it jerk a little bit as it gets into first gear. From first gear and on, you have no problem upshifting and downshift. Well, upshifting anyway. I am going to make you roll for downshifting. That is going to happen.
I'm going to help with that.
You go read your book.
I'm going to
Right.
sit beside you and read the book.
Hey, there is a co-pilot seat.
Mm-hmm.
They're yeah. All right. So you're going to ride shotgun and sit with them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna sit in the back with the injured girl.
Okay.
You don't have
All right.
to
That
babysit
works
me.
out.
I know how to drive a truck.
Obviously not.
Obviously not in this game.
I can drive a truck. This one was made in space China.
You can drive a
Right.
truck. I can drive this truck.
All right, now
Yes.
let me ask this question. We're already all in the truck headed back.
Yes.
How much daylight did we have left now?
You know what?
This thing overheats in the day.
I was gonna say you guys had what did I roll? I rolled 3 hours. It does overheat during the day, and it is a 6-hour trip. So you're literally going at the point in which it would start to run hot, the sun is going to go down and it will rapidly cool off. So basically you chose kind of the best part of the time to start doing this. Is it's not optimally the best part, but the math tells me that you should actually get back if no encounters happen. Yes, I'm going to roll for those. If no encounters happen, you guys should get back an hour and a half before check-in of mandatory, pay the next fee type thing. So let me roll.
Hey, does this count as long rest too?
6 hours is technically a short rest, but you know what? I'll give you guys a long rest. Yes.
Cool. I'm getting my force points back.
But not Hito, because Hito's driving and therefore has to maintain active concentration. You drive in real life. Can you tell me that you were fully rested as you're paying attention to the GPS and the signs and the kids kicking in the back?
I'll have you know, sir, I drove from Arkansas all the way to San Antonio, Texas, and when I got there, I was still rocking and rolling electric boogaloo style.
Down to the street, I'm strolling. I was rocking, and
And that
rolling.
was a 10-hour drive. Thank you very much.
And the seagulls
It's in
pecking my
Arkansas.
head.
It's Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Look at how it's spelled. Arkansas.
Stephanie
Arkansas.
says Wakita. She does not say Wichita. She says Wakita. Sorry. And Decatur, she said Decatur.
Okay. Anyway.
Sorry.
Anyway, as you guys are on, oh, that's right. I was going to roll to see if there's an encounter. I'm just rolling a D4. Except I can't type the command right.
Hey, Beasley.
3. Okay, no encounter.
Beasley.
Yes.
Are we by chance going anywhere near a certain cave?
Let me roll a D4. If it comes up on a 1, then you're passing by the cave. Okay. Just to make it fair.
Just a 1?
Yes. Well, basically, you have 1 out of 4 chance of passing by it.
Okay. Please.
No. By the time you think about it, you have already passed the cave.
Do you know which cave we're talking about?
Well, you're either talking about Kenobi's cave or you're talking about okay. I figured it was Kenobi's cave.
Well, it's 2 actually. This is the certain horde that we're looking for.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys make it back into town. The lights are on in the town. It's pretty easy to see exactly where it is. It's kind of lit up, whatnot. And once you get back into town, let's see. This was where was this Moss Isley or Moss Elsewhere?
Moss Elsewhere.
All right, let me make sure that is. There you go. You guys are now back on Moss Elsewhere, although I'm trying to find exactly where you're at. Okay, you're all over here. Ignore the NPCs that are there and whatnot. Let me delete the Inquisitor. He is not there.
Was that the Inquisitor that we killed by accident?
Entirely possible, although there are more than one Inquisitor. Let's see.
My map is fuzzy.
Wow. I don't see. Okay, I see Hito and where's Tarbaka at? Oh, he's actually not there. Let me delete that.
I'm not there.
Okay, Tarbaka's not there. So Tarbaka, let me put you on the screen over here. Let me going on over here. Why is that open? That shouldn't be open. Player characters. Tarbaka the Hulk.
Hey, I just populated.
Okay, there you go. Now you're lined up correctly.
And where was the truck rental guy? Was he not?
You know what? We'll say that this Gamorrean right here is literally the truck rental guy. He sees you coming back.
Okay.
Okay. We'll say that it's this guy that's literally right beside you. Anyway, he sees you come back, and as soon as you pull up, he kind of and he starts doing like a little walk around it. You see, he has a little placard where it's got like a little checklist. He goes, "Yep, that looks good. Okay, that looks good. I don't know. That looks kind of dirty. I don't think they washed it off." And he goes, "What am I talking about? We're on a desert planet." God, I'm so funny. He just kind of scrolls that off. He says, "Oh, wash it off, please." That's crazy. And he goes around and he goes, "All right, tire pressure looks good. Okay." He listens to the engine. He goes, "Yep, doesn't sound like as if they ran over a raptor or anything. That should be fine. Yep, up. And finally, he gets down on his hands and knees and he looks underneath the chassis and everything. He says, "Okay, no stowaway Jawas. That's always a good thing." Yep. And he goes over, and knocks on the door. You've seen him do this walk around inspection, and he opens up the door. You open up the door, and he says, "All right, there. Well, you made it back with an hour to go, so I appreciate that very much. If you just hand me the keys, it'll be officially checked in." And he's just sitting there holding out his hand with the keys.
Well, since we're an hour early, don't we get a little bit off the price?
He says, "No. The reason why is because you bringing it back that hour early allows. Well, okay, if you want to, you can get back the price back, but then I have to charge you for fuel. Or you can just hand me the keys right now, and I don't charge you for fuel."
Thank you for allowing us to do business with you. We appreciate it.
All right. Awesome. Do you not have the new map up?
It came back. I see where these were the holding cells that we were in before.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
It just came up.
All right. It's slow for some reason. It's having an issue on my end too. Anyway, so yeah, you guys, you guys are here and whatnot. You do know that all the way down at the bottom, there's the tavern and whatnot where you went in and talked to the Gamorreans and all the Starship Troopers. God, wrong show. All the Star Troopers. Storm. Holy crap! All the Stormtroopers are there and whatnot. Basically, it comes down to: do you guys want to spend the night here and then go back out towards where you were on your bikes? Do you want to rent the truck again and see if you can use it to haul around salvage to build up the truck, the ship?
I'd like to make a suggestion.
Or do you want to take the girl back to your family?
I want to find a back to tank and put her in it.
Back to tanks, I'll go ahead and tell you, on this planet, or unless if you're Jabba the Hutt or the mayor or anything like that, you're not going to find them. And when you do, it costs 5,000 credits for a 6-hour session, which is not a full heal.
Maybe restore her back, just her back.
Yeah. Well, your other, if you're trying to do that, your other option is to see if you can take her over to someone that can do mechanical augmentation. That will be far cheaper, but she will always have to wear like a or about a size hip brace and leg braces to help her walk.
Well, fortunately, the other characters don't know this, but I have enough money to pay for her to get fixed in a back to tank.
Okay. Well,
you other characters do not know that.
Well,
okay.
Here now.
No, you don't.
I know.
Your character doesn't. You know that, but your characters don't.
All right. So as you see,
if it's within the game,
money bags.
If it doesn't mess up the storyline, then
no. It's fine. Look, I don't care how you guys spend your money, because if it offends me, I'll find some way to destroy the item. I mean, really.
Really?
What do you think happened to the Kyber crystal?
Yeah, good point.
Okay, so can I make that suggestion to the group that we find a back to tank and put her in it?
You guys do know exactly where one back to tank is. You can easily go ask Mr. The Hutt if you can borrow/rent his for a short-term period.
I can, because he doesn't know me. They can't.
I don't think he has too much of a beef with them. I mean, they did make a mess of his place, but at the same point in time, they also
provided him amazing entertainment
in a very roundabout way.
It's up to y'all. The mayor, but the mayor's got one stashed here in the city, but we don't know where it is. We'd have to search the city.
Yeah, well, this is not the city where the mayor's in.
Oh, okay.
No.
So the mayor's in Mos Eisley, and we're in Mos elsewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, the mayor is somewhere else.
All right. What do you guys think?
All right, guys, it's vote time between you three. What do you guys want to do?
You want to roll and see which one we do?
No, I want to get her checked out. I want to get her healed up, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm really concerned about this this technology that seems to be on her, in her. I can't tell. So
Well, the good thing about a back to tank would even root out the technology.
I think while we're heading to Jabba's palace, I want to see if I can figure out what some of this tech is. If I can get any of it out of her or off of her, whatever.
Endo, what do you think?
We need to get her help.
I do have one other option that I'm a little hesitant to do because you never know when we might need it. But I have some Omni Gel which would help.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 vials of it, and it will help heal her up and get her stable. Why don't we try that first, see how well it does, and then from there, we'll decide if we need to go talk to Jabba. Because I really don't want to deal with Jabba again right now.
Mm-hmm.
That was stressful enough as it was, and yeah, we did kind of make a mess of his palace.
And again, he doesn't know me, so y'all could stay outside and I could bargain with him.
True, but remember, we broke you out of a jail cell. There's most likely a bounty for you out there, and Jabba likes money. And his palace is full of bounty hunters.
He does. You have just earned yourself a +1 extra point for knowing exactly what I was going to do. So when it comes down to the reward phase, you get plus, and I'll add it into it, but you get +1 extra point. Way to go!
Yay! What did I do?
You realize that he has a bounty on him.
Yes.
And it's going to be a battle royale if we go there, in other words. Because I'm going to throw some bounty hunters around.
Now, if you happen to roll up in there with a lot of money, that's different. And you guys did mention something about a cave.
So we're going to have to figure out where this cave is and get the money to pay off my bounty.
All right. First things first. I'm going to use 1 vial of the Omni Gel on the girl.
Didn't we find a map to the cave the last time, but we couldn't, but I couldn't read it before.
Somewhere.
We got coordinates, but I couldn't read them because it was written in something I couldn't read before, but my languages is up better now. I may be able to, so I may have to read. Yep.
All right.
Let me look back at my data sheet that I wrote.
Make sure I have something.
Y'all give me a second. I gotta run to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Is this intermission?
Hey, if you need for it to be, yes.
All right. So while he's gone, I did find my other sheet that said we had one, but I could not read it. We had coordinates for it that Alec Kenobi sent me before he passed, but I could not read it at that time because my languages was too low.
Okay.
So now Mando's headset's fixed. He might be able to read it, or I don't know.
I was going to say, if you're trusting enough to show it to Mando, he can try to take a look at it and because he has kind of like a GPS in that thing. Now, whether if he has a whole planetary map or not, we don't know yet, but he may be able to figure it out where it's at.
Well, I think Mando's motivated enough by money that if I share some of this with him that I find, he'd probably be happy to help us get there. Because he is a Mando after all.
Well, money's one thing he's after, but there's other things too.
Yes.
Hey guys, no one thought
Yes.
to pick up the Inquisitor's helmet, which is now still sitting on the ship that you plan to go back and fix.
I thought Hito said he took it with him.
I've been waiting this whole time. I was being quiet. I was waiting to hear someone say, "I pick up the helmet." All that happened was
I picked
you
up the
ordered the
girl.
girl. Yes, but he took off her helmet.
He did not pick up the helmet, but he did say something about reading something to figure out how to use it. He picked up the data pad. He left the helmet on
Yes, he left the helmet on the floor. So just to let you know, if anyone happens to walk in there and they're Imperial, they're going to see that helmet and know something happened. And
And I hope
stormtroopers
that
all over this planet.
flashing lights could be a homing device too.
Mm-hmm.
That stinks.
Anyway, I didn't mean to derail you. Do you want to hand the coordinates over to Mando and see if he can figure them out?
You know what? He did not forsake us during the whole Kenobi debacle. So he did hide for self-preservation, but so would any good bounty hunter.
Mhm.
And there comes the cat. So I'm going to tell Mando that if he will help us, we will give him some of the earnings that whatever we find in the cave.
All right.
Speaking of, I have a question for Mando.
Mhm.
How exactly do you pronounce his name?
Very carefully.
I
Mhm.
mean,
I haven't quite
it's
figured that
right
out
there
yet.
on my screen, and I want to say his name, but I don't know if it's a long A or a short A.
Well, considering that there's two A's, I'm assuming it's a long A.
All right.
I've
Okay.
got this off of a generator, so.
Okay. All right. So Duran.
Mhm.
Duran.
Yep. Duran Takura Rin. Duran. He hands you a piece of paper. Scrawled on there is a set of what looks to be global positioning system coordinates. Do you want to try to figure it out with your helmet?
Yeah.
Or math yourself, punch it in? What would you like to do?
You can try it out with my helmet first.
All right. Give me a technology roll.
Is that a cat?
Yes. He meows when he poops. Guess what he's doing?
Poor little feller must be in pain.
No, he just doesn't like pooping. Hey, that's hilarious. You needed a 10 and you got it. All right. Your system in your helmet's not exactly the most up to date or anything. I mean, you're not a foundling by any means. Your helmet's better than anything that they would get because you're a Ren. But it is a hand me down from Legacy and whatnot. Certain upgrades have not been made to it. And in the heads up display, you see it doing analyzing, checking map, positioning, goes through this 3 or 4 times. And at one point in time, you're sure that you might have actually overheated or just borked your helmet because it actually starts getting a little bit warm in there. And then all of a sudden it starts flying over the map coordinates. And then it ends up that there is a cave over by, hilariously enough, there's a spot where your old Jawa buddies tend to go roaming around in. There's a mesa out there, and in the side of the mesa is where this GPS coordinate points to. And as you kind of zoom in on through a global type map, you can see a small little hole on the inside, which would be this cave that they are saying that they are talking about. From Moss Elsewhere, it's about a 4-hour bike ride. Or if you can find a faster vehicle, you can cut it down to 2 hours. Now it's up to you towards if you tell anyone else. But you know where this cave's at. Did Hito fall in?
I
I
think
think he
so.
might have.
Okay. Oh, Hito.
Uh-oh.
Well,
So, Mando, are you going to share with the rest of the
Yeah.
class?
I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna describe the mesa. Tell you it's about 4 hours out from here. Just describe, as best of my ability, the mesa, where it's at, which direction.
So, in your absence, Tito, we have found the cave of the dragon. Now, I have not told Mando or he.
no. You did not find the Quiet Dragon Cave. You found Obi-Wan's first home cave.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. So Alex sent me to Obi-Wan's when he was searching for Obi-Wan.
Okay.
I was thinking we were looking for the dragon cave. Okay. So that throws a monkey wrench in there. Obi-Wan has left the planet at this point, and he is gone, dead and gone. But we may be able to find, we don't know that, but we may be able to find clues to where the dragon cave is there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a considerable cash hoard, credit hoard, from where somebody sold a very large and powerful engine.
Well, first question is, how'd the Omni Gel do on the girl?
All right, I've been waiting for you to get back because I wanted to roll that before I decided anything. I'm going to roll 4d6. If it comes up 12, which is literally a 50% chance or higher, it successfully repaired her back. If it gets 12 or lower, she can move around, but she will be in pain. Okay?
Okay.
Hey, that.
Ooh.
Okay. Her back is healed. She does have to wear a brace for quite a while, probably about 3 months to help her be able. And in the beginning, she's going to have a little bit of motor awareness issues, but yeah, she's okay. She has regained the use of her spine. Yeah. Do you guys want to? You can actually the 4-hour trip out. Literally 1 hour into that trip, you're going to pass by her parents' place where she lives at, where they do the moisture farming. Do you want to take her back?
I know I would like to, but I want somebody else to drive so I can see about this technology.
I'll drive. Yeah.
All right. So Amanda will drive.
Yeah.
Hito, as we were talking and everything, we remembered that when the girl was picked up, and you made sure to pick up the pad and carry it with her. And as you were on the way over, no one picked up her helmet. It's still in the ship.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just saying, if someone happens to go into that ship and sees an Inquisitor helmet, that might be a flag.
Mm-hmm.
It might be.
I mean, or not. I mean, that ship sat out there forever and no one ever really came there after the initial crew abandoned it.
Yeah, but our fighting around it could have drawn attention from Jawas or Sand people.
All right. So
if the Jawas take the helmet, that would be a good thing.
yes, absolutely, because then it will get dismantled and it will never be seen again.
That's true.
Okay, so as you guys are about ready to head out, you're heading on over to your cycles, and the Gamorrean. You know what? We're gonna name him Gregory. Gregory the Gamorrean goes, "Hey guys, you going somewhere? I don't know if that vehicle's gonna get you where you're going. You know, them cycles, they have issues on the sand. I have other vehicles you can rent. You know, if you ain't really be needing them big old vehicles, we also got the smaller vehicles. We got the the hoveries. We got the wheelies. You know,
I'm sorry. Hang on. Did you just say that the hover bikes that we have are not going to get us across the desert, yet the hover bikes that you have will?
I don't rent out hover bikes. I rent out armored vehicles.
You literally just said I've got hovers.
Yes, like vehicles that hover. You know, float, repulsor lift operated vehicles.
I don't hear no
You can actually talk in Gamorrean if you want to him, but he actually knows enough of the common language. In fact, he's been speaking it for so long. He literally sounds like a Jersey salesman.
He did sound like he's from Jersey. Oh Lord.
Tell you what, you guys, you were so nice. You brought back my vehicle, and there won't no real major issues with it. You know, you even brought it back a little bit early. I appreciate that. Someone else has already rented it, took it off. I don't think maybe renting it to them Jawas was quite the best idea, but hey, we'll see. They did pay for the insurance. Having said,
never see it again. You might see parts of it again as they try to sell them back to you.
He goes, well, you know what? It won't be the first time. And he looks in and he says, so we actually have two repulsor lift operated vehicles. One is a 4-passenger vehicle with a little bit of trunk space. The other one is a 4-passenger vehicle with a lot of trunk space. Well, I'm sorry, not truck bed, because it is a truck. And
is it enough to hide a body in?
I'll be honest with you, sir. I don't actually know how many dead bodies you can fit into a trunk, but I'm quite sure you can fit several.
Didn't say it was dead. I'm trying to hide this girl.
Hey, I can personally verify that the truck can hold 3 dead stormtroopers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience, sir.
Yeah, well, I mean, not to incriminate myself, I don't know. It's just line of thought. Having said that, the wheeled vehicle is also a truck, but it is, I guess you could call it like a old farm truck. It kind of runs forever and doesn't stop until you want it to. And if it hits something, hey, this thing's actually made out of metal. It's probably going to go through whatever you hit. Not unless it's stone, then you're a pancake.
Guys, I don't have. I'm gonna be honest. I don't have the patience to deal with this guy right now. I'm concerned about the girl.
All right, here's what I'm going to do.
Deal with whatever.
But do you really want to strap her to the back of one of your motorcycles? That's why he's offering this. You need a 4-passenger vehicle.
Let's see if I can bargain with him. To get
okay, go for it. All right, so you're sitting there kind of counter-offering and going back and forth, and he looks at you and says, I tell you what, you guys seem like good guys, and I mean, it seems like as if you're going to help out little Missy over the car. What in the world happened to her? What is she wearing? Why is she dressed black in the sun? Oh my God, she's going to overheat. She's going to overheat, guys. Don't you know that? All right, I tell you what. You seem like as if you're trying to help her out, Missy. Don't worry. We'll get you back to your house. We make sure to get you back to your house. And next time you're in town, you come see me for your next vehicle rental. You know, I'll even give you 10% off. Here you go. Here's my card, miss. Yeah. Take that. Yep, that card will save your life, whether you know it or not. All right, so here's what we're going to do. You guys can have the metal truck for a 50% discount of 200 credits for 48 hours.
All right, Tarbaka counter offers him with 300, but he has to forget he saw the girl.
Girl, what girl? I don't see no girl. That then credits hit his hand. He's like, you know what? Hey, here you go. My brain just froze on that accent, and it's stuck in my head now. And I'm trying. I'm to come up with. Oh, stop! You'd be like, you know what? For this money, and for the fact that you're being nice, and you're a repeat customer, you get it for 5 days. How's that? All right, here you go. Like normal, be careful when driving it out in the sun. It is a metal vehicle. It is a metal engine, and it goes very hard on metal. Yeah.
So it's
And
nighttime now, right?
the keys and just hands it to you. He says, by the way, this is a hydro-powered vehicle. It operates off of steam pressure in some weird way that I do not understand. You do not need gasoline or anything else like that, but you do need to get water in it at least once every day. So if you can find a well or anything like that to fill up the tank's about 15 gallons, it'll do you for the whole day.
Well, that might be a little difficult to do, but we'll definitely do our best.
You do happen to know where there is a cave.
I know! I'm not stupid!
I know.
He's not trying to give the Gamorrean too much information.
Oh, okay. All right, I see. It is no. Well, I mean, it actually is still night, but I figured you guys were going to find somewhere to sleep and then come back in the morning.
I think we should go on tonight and take the girl to her moisture farmer parents, so that we can have the moisture, and maybe they'll let us stay with them.
I think we haven't slept in 2 days.
Well, he said it was an hour from there to the moisture farmers, and it'd probably be safer.
It is only an hour, and I mean, you know, Mando has drove, Hito has drove. You could always let
I can drive.
Chewbacca drive.
Oh God, we're all gonna die.
No, let me roll my repulsor lift and see how well I do. It may be somebody got all fixes. Apparently, I can.
You only needed 10 to drive this vehicle.
That's right. You needed 7. I needed 10 because I never saw anybody drive it yet.
That's right. And you rolled an 11. Okay, congratulations. This looks like a old Ford F-150 from the 80s.
Oh God.
I can handle it. I used to have one, a 1994 F-150.
Its shocks are halfway there. The brakes squeal whenever you happen to decide to hit the brakes. But you know what? True enough to its word, there seems to be some kind of a propane-esque like tank mounted at the very back of the truck bed, literally, you know, like right up against the cabin wall. You do take notice that there's a turn screw cap at where you pour the water in and whatnot. That is now the fuel tank. This tank is ridiculously heavily reinforced because it is a pressurized tank. Once you get the water in there, he says you hit these 3 buttons from left to right. You can't do it wrong. You push the first button, you listen for the sound. When the sound stops, you push the second button, you count to 5, then you push the 3rd button, and you're good.
What happens if we don't go in order?
It'll explode and you'll die.
We better go in order.
Any wrong order or a specific wrong order?
Any wrong order. It is a pressure tank.
All I needed to know.
All right. You know what? I like you boys. Here, take this.
We need extra insurance.
All right. He opens up the door, and he goes, you know what? Here, I'm gonna give you guys a nice gift. And he takes something and he hangs it up on the rear view mirror. It's not a tree. And he says, This will help you out once and only once. Because once you use it, you got to make sure that you don't run into them anymore. And then he says, as far as insurance goes, don't worry about it. This truck will make it back even if you don't. And he turns around and says, all right, boys, 5 days. Good luck with whatever you're getting. I don't know. Are you just playing dead?
Yes. Look, guys, sidebar. For the record, I tried. I tried to get the extra insurance. That's not on me.
This truck has been damaged and rebuilt so many different times.
You underestimate the great Hito.
Gregory thinks that this truck is possessed by Jedi spirits. It is immortal in his mind. All right, so where'd Awesome go?
I don't know.
I don't see him either.
Maybe he's having issues. Yep. All right. While the other two aren't here, is there anything specific that you want to do before you leave town, real quick? You do happen to take notice that as you are walking around Moss Elsewhere, you do see Mandalorian marks on several different symbols and signs and passageways, and you realize one of them that reads, second slave cell, knock 3 times. And you've been there before, and you haven't been there before, but you know this pattern. It basically means that it'll open up and go somewhere.
Sorry, my internet went down for a second.
It's okay. We were discussing stuff you didn't need to hear anyway.
Oh no. Like Hito went to the bathroom. Listen,
He's still using it.
It's only like 20 credits. They're not that valuable.
Exactly. So however much you think you're going to get, you're going to get far more if you will work with me.
But even a blonde one?
If you can
Not
manage to
normal
bring in a
colors.
white
Only
one,
15.
that's the valuable one.
Which one?
A white Wookiee pelt.
That's what he is. He's an albino Wookiee.
Yeah.
No, not blonde.
Oh no, I'm blonde, not albino.
Yes.
All right, so we need to find space bleach. Got it.
You guys give me so many really great ideas that I can't decide what to mess up with you guys with. Okay, so y'all get into. Oh, fine, go for it. All right, you guys get in the truck and you start heading out, and you within an hour, not even an hour, within about 45 minutes, Hito. No, I'm sorry. Who was the one driving again?
Tarbaka.
All right.
Wookiee.
Tarbaka. This seat does not recline back far enough, and it makes it hard for you to set your heel into the correct position, so where you can just barely touch the acceleration, and it would go at a normal speed. And his internet just went down again, I think. Okay, anyway, we'll catch him up. Yeah, you guys get there much earlier and much quicker because he's bigger, he's taller, he needs more legroom. He doesn't have it, so instead of going whatever the speed limit is, we'll say 55 miles per hour, he's doing 90. And you get there pretty quick. He's trying, I can tell. Look, he's thinking. Okay.
That's the internet reverse card.
Oh, geez. No, you. Okay, so when you happen to get there, you get there, and her parents are out there. They're doing something. No, I'm sorry. Her mom is out there because her dad died in that Sarlacc pit. And when you happen to get out there, you help her out of the truck. And once you manage to help her out of the truck, she seems to be a little bit woozy. The mom immediately runs over there to her. What happened? do you guys choose to forego the whole Inquisitor story and just say that you found her like this, you got her medical attention and brought her back, or do you tell her everything? Hi, welcome to the hard part.
I say tell her everything.
She needs to know everything to be able to be on the lookout for anything that could happen.
Okay. So 2 for everything, Mando.
They're voting everything. I'm gonna vote everything too.
All right. Okay, now which one of you 3? Actually, it doesn't matter. Hito, you're the one that they've known, that she has known the longest, and you go through the story of exactly what happened. You don't gloss over anything. You tell her about dropping the thing on her daughter. You apologize for it. You help get her. You guys, not you, just Hito. You guys got her aid and whatnot. And in the end, it came down to that. For the next 3 months, she has to wear, it's like it goes around your waist type brace, and then there are some leg helpers. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, they add on and they help keep you upright and stiff as you're moving around, help you build up your muscles. And so she goes, okay, and she's visibly upset, but she thanks you very much for bringing her daughter back to her. She says next time that you're in the area, stop by again. Maybe something else. Maybe there'll be better news or something. So you guys say, okay. She does see that the sun is indeed going down. Now, the sun is going down, but this is the best time for you to drive. But you guys have been up for quite a while now. Do you sacrifice one day and stay there, rest up, make sure the truck's doing fine? I mean, you're literally at a moisture farm. Perfect time to top off the tank, even though you only killed 1 hour's worth of gas.
We need to rest up.
Yeah,
None of us is
because we
resting.
can't keep going.
Yeah. We can't.
Well,
All right.
The only one that can go like 60 hours straight without sleep is Oki. The rest of them can't. They just can't.
All right. Do I get my 2 force points back?
I'm thinking about it.
I hate you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take him off. She is in her bed. Let me go over to we will put Duran over
Okay,
there.
Here's what it says on Quora.com that a Wookiee can go 60 hours but sleeps for 18 hours of time if he goes that long, or she, if they go that long.
Okay.
We cannot afford for a Wookiee to be gone for 18 hours.
So we better rest now.
Yes.
It says it will not wake up. That's what it says.
Okay. All right. So you guys basically burn 1 day here, resting and whatnot. And the lady understands that you. Can you not do that? Oh. Hi. I
The lady
found
understands
why
that you cannot
I'm
do
not
that.
supposed to bite. Okay. So you guys, you spend the time resting and whatnot. And when you eventually get up, it is the next day. So of your 5 days, you now have 4 because, going out here was just 1 hour. We're not going to really worry about that. She does make mention that she has seen the videos that are powered by water and whatnot. And, she topped it off a little bit. Not that an hour took up very much water. It took like a glass of water, basically. She hands you a packed lunch, and her daughter goes around and gives each of you a hug, saying, "Thank you for helping me out." And she explains that she now knows the benefit of caution when going into a cantina, letting people talk to her and blah, 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 to always be on guard.
Hang on, you didn't know that before?
No, she didn't.
Meow.
Oh my god.
Beastly.
Wow,
GM, I
Austin,
sent you a private message.
Austin, you're really hunting for it, ain't you?
That's the thing I had up my sleeve. I was going to ask you if you could do something.
I've got this covered. I've got it covered.
I believe
So,
you.
Mando,
Mhm.
you're the one with the GPS in your helmet. You probably should be the one driving
Yeah,
to the station.
I'll drive.
All right. Tarbaka, it is pretty cramped in this truck. It really is. However, guess what? There's a truck bed back there.
I said the back.
Exactly. You can just ride in the truck bed and as the girl
can't move
sees
my
you
character.
in there to it, she walks over to you and she offers you something. Do you take it from her?
Yeah.
Congratulations, you have a pair of sand goggles to wear so that you don't get sand in your eyes as you're driving and whatnot. And you also take notice that there's a I don't know what the correct word for is, but it goes over your face and mask. Over your face. Help keep sand out your face.
Respirator.
She says here.
We can go
She
rob
says
a
here.
train now.
Congrats, you now look like a bandit.
We're gonna
Or
get
Smokey.
shot at.
No. He doesn't really look like a bandit. That's just the first thing I thought of.
I was thinking Smokey and the Bandit.
Yep.
I'm in danger.
Maybe.
You're always in danger. You're with a 7 foot
Mando
tall
and a
Wookiee.
Wookiee.
Exactly.
All right. So
you're
are
with a
you
man in a can, with a man in a can, and with a man and with a walking Bigfoot. You're in trouble always.
Absolutely. All right. Are you guys ready to roll on out?
Yep.
Let's get out of here.
All right. Mando fires up the vehicle. It has no problems. It quickly starts running and running and running. Man, you almost got 3 5s. Dude. That would have been bad. I mean, great for storytelling, but bad. Okay, you successfully pull out. You guys spend the next 3 hours driving, and about an hour into it, you do happen to see a Mesa all the way out there, and you do see every now and then what looks to be a very, very ridiculously small Jawa sand crawler, like Hot Wheels sized, going by very slowly. At several points in time, you hear ting, ting, ting as the sand people are shooting at the vehicle. But guess what? This vehicle can take it. It's not a problem. I mean, you got the metal one for a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
And as you are coming up at the end of the 3rd hour, give me a second. Wow, I don't remember how to do this. Give me a second.
1.
Add. Oh, I have to have it marked as a handout.
1.
Do you guys want me to
don't
just
tip the game
not
master, please.
do this? Is that what you want me to do?
What?
I said, do you guys want
Don't know
me
what you're
to
doing,
just
but,
not do this?
I don't know what you're doing. My job is to heckle you as much as I can.
I say, please continue, old merciful game master.
All right. As you get out and start walking around, you happen to take notice that you see what is indeed a cave opening.
I see it.
And this is actually what you see.
Hey, I know that cave.
Inside the cave sits a single box, or a single box that you see immediately right off the top. Ooh, mysterious cave.
There seems to be some kind of purring creature in the cave.
Nope, there's no creatures in this cave. In fact, if you're sitting there looking around it, you don't, outside of the box being here, you can't ever tell if there was ever anyone actually here or living here or not. All right. You guys have found a cave, and in the cave, there's a locked metal box. And that's where we're going to end it at, guys. Yeah, there you go. Hey, what's in the box? What's in the box?
There's
So
a
yeah.
kitten in the box.
Oh, I
It
promise
sounds
you,
like there's a
not
cat in the box because I hear it purring.
That's
That's
what
my
we're saying.
cat. She
We got a
decided
kitten.
to
Oh,
jump up into my lap.
it's got to be Mando's cat. It's not my cat.
Yeah, it's mine. She hopped up into my lap.
Oh, I got a feeling that the watcher's going to show up right as we're trying to.
All right. Yep.
Wait,
I'm
I
sorry.
lost Powers' audio.
Powers, we cannot hear you.
I can hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh wait,
I
now I
can.
can.
Okay, now we can. All right. So, guys, I know it's not the greatest cliffhanger in the world, but when we start off next week, oh, before I forget, next week I will be at a client's. So, let's hope that the internet is not that bad. I did just end up getting a new laptop and Cat 6 cable, so I can have hopefully the best internet possible and I can actually do things. But yeah, next week I will be somewhere else, and yay, Raleigh. Yay. Anyway, yeah. Do y'all have any questions before I hand out points? Someone's messaging me. You know what? That's such a great idea. I hadn't thought of that. Okay. You both, Tarbaka and Mando, you both get 2 points. Hito, you get 3 points. Go ahead and adjust your sheets however is possible.
Done.
Mando's been, you know what? All three of you guys have done some driving. You can put them into repulsor lift operation.
That's exactly what I did with it.
Yep.
Yeah. I've got lifting. I've got perception. I've got searching. I've got mechanized.
Mando, you were literally
strength.
1 point away from being able to roll that 46 over to a 5.
Mm-hmm. I intend to bump it up to a 5 plus 5 and then just leave it. Because that's all you really need for it.
Yeah, you'd be pretty good for that.
Yeah.
If you guys want to start having adventures in space, I would suggest one of you be the official pilot, which seems to kind of be aimed at Mando right now currently. Tarbaka, it would be really, really good for you to take on engineering, as how you're the only engineering person that we have. And Hito, I know that you would absolutely not like to be in control of the weapons system, firing twin turbo lasers on a ship, but you know it's an option. Either that, or you could be the med officer.
You could also
Actually,
he could do the navigation.
I was thinking about it here. If my character really is that force sensitive, then gunnery would be a good place for him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You would be
able to sense targets.
Yeah. I would give you a custom skill called targeting, and it would be your sense plus your dexterity roll. You would have an advantage in space fights, which I'm probably going to regret.
I do have a fun fact for y'all about Star Wars.
It was right by George Lucas.
The people in Star Wars who tended to be the best pilots did have an above average midichlorian count, because all beings had a midichlorian count, but it was really low, typically in the teens. The best pilots typically had a midichlorian count of about 100 or more. It was literally the Force giving them that gut instinct of when to roll or not.
Wow, that's actually pretty cool.
All right. So the 3 points was enough to bring my starship gunnery up to 3d6 plus 2.
Okay, that's cool.
It was at 2d6 plus 2, so you burn 1 to take it to that next level, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that makes it 3d, and then plus 2 to it.
There you go.
So I do have a technology, but I do have mechanical repair. I have astrogation, or I know that's navigation in the by the stars, but I didn't use it, so I can put it there.
Well, it's entirely possible that once you guys get the ship up and running, you can actually possibly get like a computerized astrogation, so that's something that you don't have to really worry about up until when it gets shot out or hit ship takes too much damage or something else like that. But yeah, there's a way to substitute that, but that is actually something that is important is astrogation.
Yeah,
All right,
it's. Go ahead.
Since I started in the Starship repair by working on that Starship, I'm going to put it there. That'll help with engineering.
Okay.
Is that agreed that that'd be a good place for it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to hit you guys with a hypothetical, a just a question, I guess, if nothing else to you. If you could have one thing be in that box, and I'm not saying it will be whatever you say, but if you could have one personalized item in that box, and I'm gonna ask you in initiative order. So I'll start off with Amando, then I'll go to Torbaka, then I'll go to Hito. What would you want in that box? Mando, what would you want?
I think you know what I want in that box.
Yeah, okay. I figured that's why I asked you.
I think you know what I want in the box.
Tarbaka, if you could have one magic mystery item in the box, what would you like for it to be?
Directions to the dragon's empty dragon nest where Alec hid the money.
This is where Alec hid the money.
Oh, in that cave? Well, then the
Yes.
money.
Okay. I'll go ahead and tell you, you're each going to get a pretty good payday because the money that Alec has put in there has changed a little bit. Some people have found it. Some people, bandits have added in more because they think no one else knows where it is. So the money value has changed. But money, you're going to find money in there.
Well, then I want the white lightsaber. The white lightsaber.
Okay. Hito. Magic box of wishes.
Magic box of wishes. Dear God.
Well, I mean, not really, but
there are so many things I would want in there.
Well, what is the one thing that Hito hopes is in there that he could get the most use out of?
The one thing that would be the most useful for Hito is going to be his original lightsaber. Hopefully, grasping that and having his original saber back will bring back all the memories that he's lost.
It's going to take more than a lightsaber, but I see exactly where you're coming from. So that probably would bring back one or two.
Yeah, because we've gone a long time without any memories coming back in.
I have a checklist of things that I need for you to do, and once you do something off that checklist, a memory will be unlocked. You just haven't done anything off that checklist. One of them's ridiculously simple. I'm just waiting for you to tell me that you're doing it. In fact, you know what? I'll give you a freebie. Before the end of next game, tell me that you're going to spend a day meditating.
Actually, I was just thinking about that. That I could have taken last night to do it.
I was going to say, if you had said at some point in time today, I spend some time meditating, I would have, hey, memory unlocked. I'll tell you what the memory is. So next time, meditate a little bit.
As soon as we find the time.
Yes. Now all you have to do is wait a whole week.
Doing Jedi stuff.
That's actually that actually is one of the things. Just once he has burned enough Jedi points, he will unlock another memory.
Wait, define burning enough Jedi points.
Once you use enough Jedi, you have 2 Jedi points. Once you have used a certain number, sorry. Once you have used a certain number of force points, you'll start to remember how to use it better.
Snowball effect.
Yeah, and remember, you're a wills person.
I don't know what I am.
You know what? That's actually pretty true. I forgot about that. All right. Well,
He knows now.
no, the game has ended. This is completely outside of character.
Yeah, outside of game, I know what I am, but inside of game, I have no clue. I have no clue how I normally act or what I normally do.
I'll give each of you one freebie hint. Hito, once you meditate, you will remember that you are a member of the Wills, and that will give you the insight that you need to use your force points more in a more beneficial and protective nature. And once you do that, it'll unlock more memories. Tarbaka, once you're good at engineering. Once you actually start engineering, you'll gain a skill called invention. And once you start inventing, you'll actually start making up new items, be they weapons, shield, transportation, whatever it is that you want to work on. I'll give you the chance to invent it. Then you just got to go find the parts to build it. Mando, at some point in time, a quest is going to be given. You want to go on that quest because it involves a Mandalorian and the Empire is after them. So there you go. One freebie for each of you, and y'all can do whatever you want with it.
Is it next Monday?
No, you have 7 more days.
Is it next Monday?
Are we there yet?
Look, I got 2 ways of doing this. I can either slingshot us around the sun, or I can go find a big blue box. Or, have y'all seen the new DeLoreans?
I've seen the Mandalorian.
Serious. Have you all seen the new DeLoreans?
No.
That company went out of business.
Look up Prototype DeLorean Alpha 5.
I'll do it after we finish up with this because you're pushing all kinds of buttons on me right now, right?
I'm serious. Prototype DeLorean Alpha 5. She was just launched Thursday. Powers just looked her up.
I see it. Holy moly.
Beasley's looking it up. I can't wait to see
But it's electric.
I don't care.
It's electric. Come on.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
But is it not beautiful?
If it wasn't electric, it'd be fantastic.
Marty! It's your kids, Marty! Really, Doc? What'd they do? They made the Alpha 5. Holy crap, let's go steal it. Dun, 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 dun,
this is the one where you'd want Mr. Fusion on it.
Mr. Fusion's probably built into it. Holy crap, that looks amazing.
Yeah!
Dude, it is more high-tech than a Tesla. That is redonkulous.
Yeah, but it's electric.
Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Oh, wow. Holy crap. Man, this thing's like loaded. No, I absolutely do not want it. I don't need for my electric bill to go up that much.
San Antonio, Texas. We were just there. They couldn't have showed it to us while we were there.
Well, you realize that for legal reasons, the original DeLoreans were built in Ireland.
Really?
Due to cost cutting and whatnot. Yes, they were built in Ireland and shipped to wherever they were sold at or whoever bought them and whatnot. And yeah. Man, I'm sitting here looking at those seats and they look like freaking gamer seats. Like someone took a gamer seat and went, "Yep, this is what we want." And the man, that's just amazing. All right, I gotta stop looking at it. That is absolutely amazing.
Yep. All right. Well, I know what I need to do now.
I don't know.
Have an impromptu game on Friday night.
So it's time for so long. But I'll sing just
farewell.
one more song. Thanks for doing your
Auf
part.
Wiedersehen.
You sure are smart. And does anybody know that one?
No.
I mean,
No.
And I'm glad that you
Blue,
didn't start singing something
My
else.
Dog Blue. I mean, we can do anything. None of you watched Blue's Clues?
I graduated from high school and was working a full-time job by the time that show came on.
I don't.
I'm gonna say
I
something that's
don't
going to
even know
upset
who
you.
Steve is.
Blue's Clues was kind of before me.
That reminds me. I came to a realization the other night.
Uncle Beasley's old.
Just listen. Okay. All right. When we were younger, when I was younger, my family would go to Disney all the time. My family lived in Florida, so it was easier to get there, and it was a little bit more affordable at the time. So going to Disney was a family vacation, and all the rides and stuff were all based off the old movies and all this different stuff. I mean, Song of the South, um, uh, Thunder Mountain, just all these old ones. Swiss Family Robinson, Treehouse, all that stuff. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then a couple months ago they started releasing things, and I was like, wait a second, why is that happening? So, like for example, they've released a new character, which is Max from a Goofy movie, like the Power Line Dancing Max, and they started doing more of this stuff. And I was thinking, oh man, this is so great. They're pulling out the stuff from when I was a kid, and it clicked then. When I was going and I was younger, they were pulling out the stuff that my parents watched because they wanted to share that with their kids. Now they're pulling out the stuff that I watched because Disney thinks I'm old and I want to share it with my kids.
It's the nostalgia factor is what it is. Disney does that quite often, and it makes them money.
Yes, it does, because I want to go down because of Powerline.
Now I want to watch the Disney. Now I want that. Goof Troop was a great show. I loved watching it with my brothers. I was originally like, I'm never going to watch this. It's goofy. I saw one episode and I'm like, man, this is amazing.
Dude, the Goofy movies were awesome.
I agree, and I've got to go. I love you guys. My wifey is calling because your kids are at my house, and I've got to go help put them to bed.
I'm sorry. Wait, my wife should be there too.
Okay. I hope
All right,
so.
guys, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night.
Yippee, Stephanie.
See you later. All right, to
All
all
right.
the
Later, guys.
fantastic people out there
All right.
who joined us tonight, thank you. I hope you all have had as much fun as I have. We will see you on our next adventure, which is going to be this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll see you later.